So hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Java Guru Ravi, and I Ravi Khan Sahu welcome you in this new video. So let's get started. So hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to discuss one of the important keywords, that is final keyword. So final keyword, first of all, why final keyword has been provided and what are the different uses. So basically when you create any class, right, when I created some class, let's say we take this example parent class. So whenever you create any class, so two things are there. Anybody can inherit this class, that is one thing. Second thing, during the inheritance the subclass can change your values. Means let's say this class parent is created here, I created this class parent, and somebody created some class child by inheriting my class parent. So obviously this data member is inherited here, so the value of a will be modified here by the child classes. This is allowed. Anybody can change your value, the first thing. Second thing, anybody can override your method. I have written some method, the inherited class is now overriding that method. So that is the second thing, right? So whenever you create any class, the inherited class is having all the rights to change your variables value, to override your method. So these are certain things that the child class can do. So the final keyword has been provided for three purposes. First purpose is, suppose I have created this class and I feel that this int variable should not be modified, right? If you feel that the value of this a variable should not be allowed to be changed, it means you want to make it a constant. So in Java, although the const keyword is a reserved word, const keyword is there, but this is not used in Java for declaring a constant. So how you declare a constant in Java? By putting the final keyword with the data member. So as soon as you put a final keyword with the data member, now it will become a constant, right? Final some data member will become a constant. Now it will create two problems. Yes, I am saying it is going to create two problems. First one is, obviously why I have declared it final, because I want to make it unchangeable, I want to make it a constant. So obviously this child class will not be allowed to make any changes here. This statement will be a problem. Second thing, even the same class cannot change it. Once you will create any final member, its value cannot be modified even by the same class. It will become a constant. One more important point here regarding this final keyword, I told you that in case of Java, if it is an instance variable, so it gets a default value. If it is a class variable, it also gets a default value. But as soon as you declare a final member, as soon as you will declare a final variable, final data member in your class, whether it be a class variable, whether it be an instance variable, whether it be a local variable, no default value will be assigned to your final data member, right? So it means this code will not compile. Yes, this code will give you a compilation error. Why? Because you are declaring some final int a and this int a is not initialized. So this code will not compile. It will give you a compilation error that variable a might not have been initialized. So whenever you declare a final data member, it's your responsibility to assign the value. Compiler will not provide you the default value. So here I will have to write some value. Let's say I am saying 5. Now this code will compile and its value cannot be changed. The first use of final keyword is to declare some constants, right? Second thing, I feel that okay, I have declared some method and I feel that this method should not be overridden by the subclasses. I feel that whatever method I have implemented should not be changed. So what is the use of final keyword? Just put a final keyword along with your method So this method means that it cannot be overridden. Means any inherited class cannot redefine this method. Right? So when you feel ki, okay, this method is something that should not be modified by any inherited class, then you will declare it final. Final methods means it cannot be overridden. So two uses should be very clear. Final data member becomes a constant. Final method cannot be overridden. So as soon as you put a final keyword here, now this program will not compile. This class will not compile. Why? Because I am overriding this test method, which is not allowed because we have kept here a final keyword. It means I have to remove it. Right? So this is the second use of final keyword. So if a method is declared final, it cannot be overridden. If a data member is declared final, it cannot be reassigned the value. I will discuss in detail this final data member. Right? Third thing is, if you feel ki, okay, I have created some class and nobody should be allowed to inherit this class, so you can declare a class final. As soon as you declare this class final, nobody can inherit this class. Earlier, anybody can inherit the class. We started with the beginning. I created a normal class. Anybody can inherit class. Anybody can change the value of a. Anybody can change, redefine the test method. So I made it final. Nobody could change this. I made this final. Nobody could override this. When you feel nobody should be allowed to inherit it, so I will declare it final. As soon as you declare this final, the method will automatically become final. If you declared a class final, the method is automatically final because nobody can override it, because for overriding inheritance is required and this class cannot be inherited. But this data member will remain non-final because within the class you can change it. But other class cannot inherit it, so other class cannot change it. So if you want to make it a constant, you will put a final keyword here. But this final here is useless now. If the class is declared final, so the final method is useless. You need not to write a final keyword here. Even if you write, it is not a problem, but you need not to write because it is automatically, it is not inheritable, so it cannot be overridden. Right? So this is the third use of final keyword. A final class cannot be inherited. Right? Now there are different scenarios which are generally asked in the placements. They can ask you, can you declare a constructor final? So obviously constructor cannot be declared final. There are only three places where you can put a final keyword. A data member can be declared final to make it a constant. A method can be made final to make it non-overridable, and a class can be declared final so that it cannot be inherited. Rest any other situation is not possible. You cannot declare anything else as final, right? Now the another thing is, as I told you, when you declare any data member final, so you need to assign the value. So assignment is allowed only once. This is very important concept. Let us understand here. Forget about this class parent. As I said that if you are declaring a final data member, final member of your class, final member of your local variable, so it do not get any kind of default value. So you are allowed to assign the value, but it is not allowed to reassign the value. Final means you can assign the value only once, but you cannot reassign. This is very important. So let's say I have created some int here a, which is declared final. Please understand this very carefully. I have declared this final int a. This is a compilation error because we are not initializing. This is an instance variable. I am not initializing this. This is a compilation error, right? So what you can do is, first place where you can initialize is during the declaration. I can write like this. So this is okay. So first place where you can initialize is during the declaration. This is your first place where you can initialize it. But suppose I do not initialize here. In the interview they ask, I have declared a final variable, I have not initialized there, what is the solution? The second thing is where you can initialize it, in the constructor, because constructor can be used to initialize the instance variable. So I can create a constructor, I will not change this statement, but I will initialize in the constructor. So I create a constructor here and I can write here some value. So this is also allowed. So this is your second place where you can initialize your instance variables. What is the third place? Third place for initializing your instance variable is, final instance variable is anonymous block. I don't want to initialize in the constructor, so what I can do is I can create anonymous block and I can initialize it here. So this is your third place where you can initialize it, right? Now suppose I have created something like this. This is your constructor and this is your anonymous block. So what is the flow? You can be asked, what is the flow? So first of all, it will be considered here. If you are initializing here, so this is the first thing that is checked, right? Let's say I am initializing here. So this is the first initialization, then the constructor and anonymous block will give you a compilation error. Because it is already initialized during the declaration, then constructor cannot initialize it, anonymous block cannot be initialized, cannot initialize it, right? Similarly, let's say I do not initialize it here. So what next? What is the second place? That is anonymous block. It gets executed before the constructor, you can say, right? So you can initialize it here. But if you have initialized here and you are writing here also, this line will give you compilation error. It will not give you compilation, it will give you compilation error. Why? Because first of all it will check the declaration. If in place of declaration you have initialized, then constructor and anonymous block, they are going to give you compilation error. If you have not initialized during the declaration, then you can initialize in the anonymous block. If you have initialized in the anonymous block, then constructor you cannot use for initialization. It will give you a compilation error. If I have not initialized it here, then constructor can be used. So this is the flow: declaration, anonymous block, then constructor. Or in any one place you can initialize it. Agar if you will try to reassign the value anywhere else, it will give you compilation error, right? So this is how you can initialize the instance variable, or you can say non-static data member of your class in the final cases, right? Second one is if you are having some static data member. Let's say I am having a static int x is equal. Now static int x I am declaring final. So again there are two places where you can initialize the static data member of your class, and here the compilation will make you confused. Compiler gives you a wrong message in case of static final members. The final static int x, this will give you a compilation error because this is a final member and I am not initializing it. It will give you a compilation error. So what is the first place where you can initialize? During the declaration. So you can initialize here. This is your first place. Can you initialize it in the constructor? No, you cannot initialize in the constructor, although the compiler is giving the message that it should be initialized in the constructor, which is wrong. Static final data member cannot be initialized in the constructor. So where you can initialize it? The answer is static block. You can use static block to initialize this x to some value. There are only two places. One is if it is a static final member, either you can initialize during the declaration or in the static block. No third place in the program to initialize the final static data members, right? So this is important. Third thing is local variable. Let's say you have created some local variable. So local variable, in normal cases also, local variable do not get a default value. So local variables do not get any default value. So even if you declare it final, you need to assign it. But what are the places here? Again, one is during the declaration you can initialize it. Or second is, even if you do not initialize it during the declaration, you can initialize anywhere in the same block, but before using it, right? Means I can later on write here x is equal to 10. This is allowed. So local variable are allowed to be assigned the value only once. Either you initialize here or initialize here, anywhere, only once. But now I cannot write x plus plus because this is a constant. So you have to initialize it only once. This is compilation error. I'll remove it. This is okay because x is created but x is not assigned the value. Here I am assigning the value for the first time. It is okay. Can I write x is equal to 20? No, I cannot write it because it is a final variable. It can be assigned only once. It cannot be reassigned the value. This is reassignment. X has already been assigned 10, so you cannot reassign it. I removed it. I write here, can I write like this? X is equal to 5. This line is okay, but now this line is an error. Because x has already been assigned 5, you cannot reassign it. So this is wrong. Right? So this is your final keyword. So I hope you understood. Important point is initialization of the final members of your class. Right? So that's all for today. Thank you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you find this video useful, so please like, subscribe and share with all of your friends so that they can also get benefited. Ravikant Sahu signing off. Thank you.